But the interesting thing about sustainability is if you ask 30 people who are involved in the environment what sustainability means, you get 47 different answers. It's a very, very broad topic, and it's hard to track down. You'll notice, by the way, because I did drop out of college, as I mentioned earlier, when I explain most of these things, I try to bring them down to a very simple level, because I think that these are important concepts to understand. And this is my idea of what, to me, sustainability is. In our everyday deliberation, we must consider the impact of our decisions on the next 7 generations. It's the great law of the Iroquois Confederacy. This isn't some new thing I made up. This is hundreds of years old. So the point is, I need to live my life in every choice that I make, and when I buy that product that I mentioned that I won't buy anymore, I have to think about what's going to happen and what effect it's not going to have on my kids or their kids, but 7 generations from now. Because if I'm living my life in a manner that 7 generations from now cannot live hopefully better than me, but at least the same that I am, I've got a problem. And this is, by the way, I'm talking about the entire planet. I'm not just talking about me, obviously, but I can only control me. A couple of people in this room I'm looking at that I think I may be able to control, but you have to laugh at my bad jokes, or else I'm going to sing, and that's going to just be ugly. So you have to laugh, okay? So chasing sustainability, that's my idea of sustainability. You can go 9, 10 different ways, and people will tell you different things, but that's where we are. So let me give you an idea about being disconnected and tell you what I'm thinking about. Everybody in this room is wearing clothing, right? If there's anybody who's not, who looks really good, can you stand up? Someday that's going to work. Okay, so everybody's wearing clothing, right? Can anyone in this room, and I'm going to answer the question and say no, tell me where it came from, who made it, what energy went into making it, what energy went into making the fabric? Even if someone here knitted something, I guarantee you probably didn't, have the land and have the sheep and make the wool. In other words, you have no concept, and myself, I include myself in this group, you don't have any concrete idea of what the impact of what you're buying actually is, because someone else so far away made it. Let me give you another idea. Everybody here have electricity in your house? Everybody here turn the light on? Yes? Come on, you have to. All right, I swear, I will sing. So who thinks of every time you turn your light on, do you think about where the energy comes from? No. The answer is no. I don't either, and I'm a whack job, and I don't think about it. I think about it sometimes, but I don't think about it all the time. But let me ask you this. Why? Because the energy's already there, and it's free, or not free, it's cheap, and you don't think about it, and you don't, it's way far away. You don't even know where it comes from. Well, let me ask you this. If every time you wanted to turn your light switch on, right, what would happen if you had to knock on the window and go, hey, Bill, can you do me a favor and go down into the coal mine and dig out some coal and bring it up to Bob across the street, and he'll put it into the coal plant, and he'll fire it up and make me some electricity, and all of the pollution from that coal plant is going to hang over my house because I'm responsible for it. Do you think you would think about turning your lights on? Okay, again, I'll sing. Andy knows it. But do you remember last summer, I believe it was really unfortunate, the miners, and it happens, seems like every year, who perished in, I think, Utah, down in the mines. Well, I hate to break it to everybody, and this occurred to me when this was happening, and I was thinking, oh, how terrible, and suddenly it hit me. They're down there because of me. They may not have been digging out the coal that made my electricity, but on some level they're there because of me. Why? Because I want to turn my lights on all the time. Because I want TVs on all the time. Because I want cheap energy all the time. So therefore, I'm culpable for them being in that mine. And there's not a day that goes by, maybe there's a day, but that I don't feel horrible about that, because I know it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen again. And at the same time, we're polluting, and there's just so much going on that we're a part of, but it's so easy to disappear from that. We need to reconnect to what all of that is, and sort of go over some things. So tonight is not going to really be about, I'm not going to give you any answers. I apologize. I don't have the answers. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've done. I'm going to give you some thoughts. I'm going to talk a little bit about energy, a little bit about petroleum. I'm hopefully, and I apologize for this, going to make everybody in this room a little more uncomfortable with the way that they live. Because the way that we're living is not sustainable. The way that I am living is not sustainable. I'm trying to get there, which is why this is called Chasing Sustainability. Hopefully this will start you on the path to wanting to get there, and that will change your mind, and you will begin to think critically about all your choices, what you buy, where you buy, what you do, what energy you use, X, Y, and Z.